Okay, in this video, we're going to learn another math technique, and this technique is for squaring a 3-digit number. And these are the 3 problems that we're going to go ahead and solve. So this is a very specific technique, and to be honest, often this won't actually be faster, but in some cases it will be, and so that's why I'm going to go ahead and present it here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 1 and I'm going to square it. This 9 I'm going to place at the end, and I'm going to go ahead and square it, so 9 squared. Then I'm going to put parentheses, parentheses. Now this is very specific. And I want you to think, once we do our 3 examples, to think, why does this pattern work? So what I'm going to do is take my 2. I'm going to go ahead and times parentheses. I'm always going to take my first piece, the 1, and then I'm going to multiply by the next piece, which is 3. Close my parentheses. And then I'm going to close this piece right here. What I'm going to do next is do another parentheses. I'm going to say 2 times parentheses. I'm going to take my 1. I'm going to then multiply by 9. And I'm going to close this parentheses. But I'm also going to add plus the middle piece, I'm going to square it. So 3 squared, close parentheses. And now for the last one, I'm going to do 2 again, 2 times parentheses. I'm going to take 3 and multiply by 9. 3 times 9, close it, close it. And this piece I'm going to just erase. So let's clean it up. We have 1 squared, which is 1, parentheses. 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 3 is 6, 6, close parentheses. Another parentheses. 9 times 2 is 18. 18 plus 9 is 27, close parentheses. 3 times 9 is 27, 27 times 2 is 54, close parentheses. And I'm going to next explain what the parentheses will do. So 9 squared gives you 81, close parentheses. And like I mentioned earlier, some problems this method will be easier, others it won't be. So each of these parentheses, it should only be a single digit number. But this is 2 digits, so I'm going to carry the 2 over to here. And so what I'm going to get is 1, 8, parentheses, 7, parentheses, 54, parentheses, 81. I'm going to repeat this. I'm going to carry the 5, and I'm going to get 1, 8, parentheses, 12, close parentheses, parentheses, 4, close it, and then another set of parentheses, 81, close it. So this one I'm going to carry over, and I'm going to get 1, 9, parentheses, 2, close parentheses, parentheses, 4, close it, parentheses, 81, close it. And I'm going to go ahead and move this 8 over here. And this becomes a 12, which we're going to move it again. And so we end up getting 1, 9, 2. The 4 becomes a 12. We just have a 1. And so we need to do it once more. This one we carry over. And we're going to get 1, 9, 3, 2, 1. And this right here is our final answer. 19,321. Now, when you get good at this step right here, all of this step, you can kind of do in your head. Even to an extent, with more and more practice, in a way you could get better at doing this. But like I said, a lot of these problems, it will still be more work than if you do it the traditional route. Alright, this will be our next problem. Again, we carry the 7, make it 7 squared. 4, we say it at the end, we make it 4 squared. And then we do our parentheses, we say 2 times 7 times 8, 7 times 8, close parentheses. And then we do 2 times parentheses. We do 7 times 4, 7 times 4, close it. And then we add the middle piece squared. So 8 squared, close it. And then for the last piece, we say 2 times parentheses 8 times 4. So 8 times 4, close it, close it. And so 7 squared gives you 49. This first piece, you don't put parentheses. The rest you will. 7 times 8 is 56. 56 times 2 is going to give us 112. Then we do this piece. 7 times 4 is 28. 28 times 2 is 56. And then we have 8 squared, which is 64. 64 plus 56 is going to give us 120. And then we do this piece. 8 times 4 is 32. 32 times 2 is 64. And then our last piece, 4 squared, which is 16. So again, always a single digit number. This is a 3-digit number, so the 11 we're going to move over here. And 49 plus 11 is going to give us 60. And so we're going to get 602. Then the others, we keep our parentheses, so 120, 64, and 16. So we do the same thing. We move our 12 over to the left. And 602 plus 12 is going to give us 614. So we have 614. This 0 piece remains. Then we have 64 and 16. So now we can move this 6. And we can even move this 1. And we won't run into any issues. So we'll get 614. 0 plus 6 is 6. And 4 plus 1 is 5. And then we have our 6. And so our final answer is 614,656. Of course, these last two problems do verify with a calculator. Okay, this is our last problem. Again, same procedure. We take our 5, we square it. The last piece we put at the end, and we square it. Everything else we use a parentheses. We say 2 times 5 times 7. Always this 2. Then we do another parentheses. We say 2 times parentheses. We do 5 times 3. 5 times 3. We close it. We say plus the middle piece squared, so 7 squared. So we have 2 times 7 times 3. We close it. So 5 squared gives you 25, parentheses. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 times 7 is 70. And then 5 times 3 is 15. 15 times 2 is 30. 7 squared is 49. 49 plus 30 will give us 79. Then this last piece, 2 times 7 is 14. 14 times 3 is 42. And finally, 3 squared, which is just 9. So we're going to move this 7 over. Now this is a 0, so why not move this 7 also? So the 0 becomes a 7. So what we're going to get is 25 plus 7 is going to give us 32. And then 0 plus 7 is 7, so 7. Then this piece remains a 9. Parentheses 42, close it, and 9. We don't need to put parentheses. It's already a single digit. So now we got to move this 4. And so we're going to get 9 plus 4 is 13. So we're going to get 3, 2, 8, 3, 2, 9. And so our final answer is 328,329. Of course, verify with a calculator. And as a challenge, comment below why this works. But if you don't know exactly why this works, but you have some sort of observation or a hypothesis, also comment below. And that's pretty much it for this video.